Hi, I'm Alise Isbell, and my company is called Rightwise Communications. And we design and deliver corporate training for immediate impact on work. And I've been doing a series of videos about gaslighting and what it looks like from subtle to severe. And you can watch these videos in any order you want, but they're all highlighting what do these gaslighting behaviors actually look like. And so today we're going to be talking about a gaslighting technique people use to get you to do something, to coerce behavior. And it's called blame shifting. And they are opinion statements gaslighters use in order to get you to do what they want. All right, so let's look at a few examples. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to see a few of these in action and what they actually look like. So the first one, you're so difficult. You're so difficult. Well, you're not difficult. You're just different than they want you to be in that moment. And that's fine. That's totally okay. It is their responsibility to deal with it. It is not your responsibility to adapt to their whims. Not at all. You're so rebellious. These are accusations. They're opinions. They're not facts. Saying no is not rebellious. It's boundaries. It's exercising your own personal power and agency. It's their responsibility to just grow up and deal with hearing the word no, instead of trying to force you to accommodate them. You're so obstinate. Here's another opinion. That's their opinion. That's not a fact. You are cooperative. You just aren't allowing them to push you around. You used to be so nice. Well, that's a guilt trip statement. They're trying to get you to go back to the way they want you to be. And so you are still nice. Just because you don't let people bulldoze you anymore doesn't make you mean. And so if you are dealing with someone who is above you, you might end up having to negotiate. And so let's look at a few tactics for doing that. I'm going to move my screen down a little bit so we can see those. And if you do have to negotiate, that's fine. That's fine. You may need to come to some type of agreement, especially if you're dealing with a boss or a higher ranking person. So you can start that negotiation by asking open-ended questions. Okay, I've listed 5 here. How do we make progress? How can we move forward? You see that that is a collaboration. That is an adult-like statement, a mature collaboration and cooperation between two people. It isn't just one person dominating the other person. You can also ask, how can we both do a win? What can we both do to win in this situation? How do we create a win-win? Or lastly, in what way can this be resolved? And that can start that negotiation. Well, sometimes that gaslighter is pretty smart and they'll just say, well, all you got to do is do what I want you to do, and we'll be fine. Well, no, not going to do that. So you may need to counter with some option statements. And I've listed 5 possibilities there. These are the choices in this situation. A lot of times, if you give people choices, they feel like they're in power again. And you get to decide what those choices are. You may need a little bit of time to come back with some choices. Well, give me a few minutes. Give me an hour or so. I'm going to put together some choices and we can talk about them at a later date. Number 2, these are some possibilities. These are the options. These are the consequences of that action. That's a little stronger type statement, is inserting consequences. Gaslighters, manipulators, toxic people, they don't tend to like consequences. And it's a stronger statement. But you can use it if you feel backed into a corner and you need that strength. And the 5th one, these are the results of that choice. It's kind of like consequences, but not quite as strong. And you may need time to buy in order to come back with a response, because a lot of times gaslighters will kind of force you. They'll try to back you into a corner. So let's stop share for this and kind of wrap things up for what we're talking about today. Gaslighters they try to shame you or guilt trip you into complying with their demands. And here's the thing you got to remember. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes them unreasonable for not being able to accept an answer that they don't like. And so pay attention when people label something neutral or good into something negative or bad. They may be trying to use this kind of blame shifting opinion statement to get you to do what they want. So next time, we're going to be talking about a different type of gaslighting. Next time, we're actually moving into more behavior rather than words. And so a little bit more severe. And I hope you are able to watch those videos in the future as well. And remember, my name is Alise Isbell. My company is called Rightwise Communications, and we design and deliver corporate training. So if you want training on communication topics, writing, speaking, interpersonal skills, we can help you out. We can support you. All right. Until then, have a great day. Thanks a lot.